Welcome. We're here at Blackman High School for today's What's Cool in School, and there are so many incredible and cool opportunities for students behind those doors. We're visiting with the student-run bank branch, and then we're heading down to the ag science area to see how hands-on students are getting with their plant science and animal science classes here at Blackman. And then lastly, we are visiting with the JROTC program here, which is the largest JROTC program in the district. And then we are going to introduce you to Jacob Strong 615, a foundation that's been organized recently after the loss of one of the students here at Blackman High School. This foundation is delivering hope to not only preteens, but young adults, not only in this district, but everywhere. We have that and more coming up in this episode of What's Cool in School. More than 2/3 of all states now require that personal finance classes are available for high school students, and they're all doing it differently. Here at Blackman High School, students here have a very unique opportunity to not only understand finances and banking, but the backside of banking and interactions. We are so lucky to highlight their program that they have. We have teacher Jeanette Hofsinger. We also have the Redstone Federal Credit Union that's making this possible. Their senior AVP for the school's program and financial education, Mr. Nathan Lombard. Thank you both for talking with me.
Thank you.
This has to be one of the coolest classroom settings that I've seen, and you've made this possible not only here, but in other areas. Why do that?
Our credit union philosophy is people helping people, and so it's always important to us to do what we can for our local communities. We did this particular one because we were starting to grow the region with additional branches, and we needed to have a presence up here and reach into the school system and let these kids have the opportunity to learn what it's like to be behind the scenes in a financial institution, while at the same time we're teaching them soft skills like how to have a conversation with an adult, looking someone in the eye. So it really helps with their confidence regardless of the career they're going to go into.
So Jeanette, talk to me about your class here.
Well, I have 8 students at a time, and they all rotate on shift to be a teller. I have vault tellers, that type of thing. The students attend a training at Redstone here in Murfreesboro to learn their system, to learn about security, customer service, all of those things, and we're open during the lunches. So my students run the Redstone branch here at Blackman High School so that members can come in and deposit money, withdraw money, that type of thing.
So it's a Blackman High School branch.
Mm-hmm.
But students are not the only ones who can get their cards or maybe support Blackman High School this way. Parents can too, is that correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How is that done?
They can open the account when their child does or separate from that. And as long as they mention that their child goes to Blackman High School, they'll get the Affinity card with the Blackman Blaze logo. Every time they swipe that card, it does give back to the school financially.
Very nice, and that's such a beautiful way to support the school. With their training, how are they tested? So of course you see them in the Blackman branch here, but how else are they tested for the skills that they're learning?
Outside the classroom, of course, they go in and out of the classroom. So we cover units on credit score. Right now we are covering checking types of endorsements, that type of thing. So they have classwork along with working in the branch. And as far as working in the branch, they have work evaluations based on, are you on time? Do you follow the policies? Do you make the transaction smooth for our customers? That type of thing.
Now, regarding the students themselves for what they do in this branch, we bring them in during the year and they go through a 1-week training.
Wow.
So it's a paid time for them during that time. It's a course during the school year, but we do bring them in and we teach them in that week how to process your basic transactions, your small withdrawals, deposits. If a teacher has a loan payment, they can handle that here. And then during the school year, they're doing that actual job and we're monitoring that on the back end to make sure everything is correct.
That is incredible. I'm so curious to what you're hearing, not only from students, but maybe their parents as well. Mm-hmm. Have you heard anything or have?
very positive feedback as far as the experience that they gain by being in Redstone while in high school, because that's something they can put on their resume. It is something that most high school students do not get to experience.
Right.
So, you know, getting a job while they're in college, they're qualified to be a bank teller. So that's good. Redstone is so good to us. Lots of networking opportunities, lots of training throughout the year after that 1 week of training to learn the system. They offer each senior at each high school a scholarship at the end of the year. So one senior here at Blackman will receive that scholarship.
That's incredible. So Redstone really went the extra mile with offering this type of opportunity. Why do that? Where did that conversation start? Because this isn't just you guys going in to talk to a classroom. You created a whole branch.
Well, we made the decision early on when we did the program that we were going to go into it big. We did not want to make it a kind of a lab. We wanted to give them, like I said, the immersive experience where they're actually posting transactions. And so we treat them like an employee and let them see what it's like to work in our financial institution. So it's a great learning opportunity for them, and they're getting a special opportunity they would not normally get.
That is great. I have to ask, do they learn how to write a check? I know checks are kind of a thing of the past, but.
They do.
Okay.
However, I assumed a lot when I started that unit.
Yeah.
Because most have not ever written a check, ever.
And I bet you see that quite often.
Right, and we don't use machines like we would in a traditional branch. We're requiring them to actually count cash, and that's another lost skill.
I never thought about that. You're right. Yeah. Okay. What's in the future for your students here? Is there anything exciting coming up for them?
Well, just being in the branch, of course. I would love to plan a trip to Huntsville, to the main branch down there, the home office. I got to attend this past summer, and I would love for them to see that.
Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. We'd love to have them down there.
Fantastic. Thank you both for sharing this. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to make sure that people know about the Blackman branch here or about Redstone?
I think another advantage is on the flip side, and that is our members are primarily high school students. So they're beginning their relationship with a financial institution very early and growing with that. So it's great for our students, but it's great for all of the students in the school.
100%.
And our partnership with Blackman has been outstanding. From day one, we've had incredible teachers, incredible students, so it's just been great working with them and watching them develop and grow and mature as adults.
We are lucky to connect with one of the seniors here at Blackman High School, here at the Blackman High School branch. We have Tom Amasayab. First off, thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, I really love this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
You were telling me that this is your second year to be a part of the high school branch here.
Yes, ma'am. It's my second year. I started my junior year. I was offered the opportunity from Ms. Knopfsinger through her accounting program here.
What is the knowledge that you've gained by doing this program, by being a part of the Blackman High School branch? What are you walking away with?
I'm walking away with a lot of work experience because I feel like a lot of the time high schools don't offer post-secondary opportunities for education through the workforce. A lot of time we just plan on going to college. But I feel like this program definitely offered me a lot of experience through customer service, and it definitely helped me smile a lot more at people. And it gave me a lot of opportunity because I actually plan on studying in accounting, and it gave me a lot of access through Redstone because I really do want to look through it after college.
Is this something that you were interested in before being a part of this, or since you started doing this your junior year?
Honestly, no. Redstone gave me a new outlook, a new opportunity. I actually wanted to study law before this.
No kidding.
But Ms. Knopfsinger definitely changed my mind. I really flourished through accounting, and I really enjoyed it.
What has it taught you about teamwork? Because again, you have a team that you're working with back here.
It definitely taught me a lot of teamwork because without like communication, for example, it becomes really difficult to the job, especially when, let's say, for example, the promotions. A lot of time we're fighting over each other, trying to figure out who wants to do what promotion what day. But doing teamwork and letting each other flourish through our own perspectives, it definitely helped. And also being led by our amazing vault tellers, having a team set with different positions, it makes the job a lot easier.
I can imagine that it would. I have to ask, how critical are you when you go into maybe other branches or other areas of banking, like when you just go out and you're in the public?
Honestly, if you're talking about like banking in general, Redstone as a whole, I've never had a bad experience. Like even outside of Blackman, like on Medical Center or on Veterans, they have been very sweet. I've never had to have like wait long. Honestly, right when I walk in, they're like, yeah, let's get you going, let's get you out of here. But honestly, it's a really good environment, really good experience. Even through my training, like you could speak to other people who work here. They're really sweet.
Oh, I love that you shared that. Any advice for other high school students elsewhere or even young adults as they are trying to learn more about finances?
Definitely don't be scared to branch out, because honestly I was scared my freshman year to do any of this, but once I'm a Snofsinger, you definitely talk to your teachers because you're missing out on a lot of great opportunities that you can have, and talk louder, stand taller, and just know how to speak your word, because then you can really get what you want.
Tom, thank you so much. Again, it really does help too to have an incredible leader there in the classroom as well, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am. It's really great.
I appreciate you sharing that. Again, this is one of the coolest things that we've seen for here in What's Cool in School here at Blackman High School, their Blackman High School branch, learning all about banking through Redstone. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
What's Cool in School here at Blackman High School has us over in the agriculture area here at school for students who are interested in ag. They have plant science and animal science that they can get into and learn more about. And the classroom is the best to me. To tell us more, we have advisor Lillian McCauley. We also have the advisor Wendy Penix. First off, ladies, thanks.
Thank you for being here.
It really is my favorite classroom.
I'm so glad. I'm so
And what
glad.
is so interesting, the different opportunities students have in your classroom, from dog grooming to learning about pigeons to taking care of other animals. Give us more of an overview of what students, how hands-on they can be through your classroom.
We try to make everything very hands-on.
Okay.
That's the way to pique their interest and to keep them interested in our classes. We start out with an agri-science class, which is an overview of all of the programs that we have to offer. And then as they become a sophomore, they can get to a more specialized pathway, which will be the plant science pathway. They would take plant science, greenhouse management, turf and landscape. Then they can take the animal science pathway, which would be small animal care, which is where the dog grooming comes out of, and then livestock management, and then our capstone class there is veterinary science.
Very nice. Before we get to the livestock management, tell us more about the dog grooming portion of this class and the fact that they take in and will groom dogs from outside of the school.
Yes, so the dog grooming is one of my favorite programs that we offer. There will be students that will walk up and down the hallways that have never heard of ag in their life. They just, when they think of farming, they think of plows and cows and all that sort of stuff. And so when they see these dogs in the hallway, they go, "What class is this?" And I can tell them it's my small animal care class. We have almost every day a new dog. Usually we take in teachers from Blackman High School. We take in their dogs. We offer full service, so we bathe and trim and brush and de-shed, and we do everything that your average dog grooming salon would do. But the students are the ones doing it. They get to learn that in a kind of a low stress environment. You know, if we accidentally give one dog too close of a fade, usually the teachers are pretty forgiving of that.
Right.
And so it's just a really great opportunity for them to learn a very valuable career skill, especially in Middle Tennessee. We just have a lot of opportunities for these students to get a career in dog grooming. And so I'm just really really happy to offer this opportunity to the kids for them to learn.
You know, you have the dogs in there, but you were showing me 2 rabbits, you have
Yes.
hamsters, there's also a ferret.
Yes.
How do they work in taking care of those animals?
So also in my small animal class, we have a weekly rotation of students. They take care of one cage. That includes everything. I do very little because really the point is that the students do all of it so they can learn. And so they clean cages and they do, we call it nail, tail, and trim. So they just take care of the ears and the eyes and anything on that animal that might be a little off. It's their responsibility to keep an eye on that, and they can come report it to me, but they're the caretakers of the animals.
And there's no missing out on the love that these students have for the animals as soon as they were walking into the classroom. I mean, one young lady went straight over to the ferret,
Yes.
took her out and was petting on her, and then of course they were loving on the dog and the others as well. Now talk to us about the larger animals that you work with here.
Okay, being at Blackman High School, we're a little bit landlocked on our facilities and our space that we have. And we are also surrounded by subdivisions, houses, communities, so we have to be a little careful. So we have chosen to go the route of chickens. We have about 24 hens. We have a fresh egg business here at Puckett Creek Farms, and so we sell to the public, we sell to the staff here, and we have a weekly clientele list that we fill. We've grown the business into, I have a work-based learning student that takes care of nothing but the egg business, the fresh egg business with deliveries and making sure that we have everything that we need as far as feed, medicines of any kind, and so that has become a real success for us. And then the next thing we are venturing into, which is very new for me as well as the students, is our racing pigeon team. We have learned that there are still clubs, there's one out of Nashville that will sponsor. Sometimes they will sponsor students and schools, and because they're very interested in the young people becoming part of that group because it's kind of a dying thing. And so we have a flock of pigeons outside, and we will start training them very soon to learn where their home is, which is where their food is, and then we will start letting them go short distances away from their home, longer distances, and then fairly long distances from their home to try to train them to come back to Blackman High School every time.
What's fascinating you were sharing is like there's mathematics that play into this. There's, other areas of studies that play into the pigeons.
Yes, we will incorporate a lot of math because of the GPS tracking that we have, and a lot of the logistics of how fast the pigeons will be flying, how long it should take them to get here, who flies straight here, who stops and hangs out on a tree limb or visits with somebody. And so we will mark those birds that are going to fly straight home because they're going to be our fastest flyers generally. And so, but there's lots of things that we can incorporate into the racing pigeon aspect of it that have to do with academics as well, and hopefully will boost their interest in their academics.
How cool is that? How can we connect with Blackman High School? Maybe we want to sign up to get some of your eggs or to groom a dog.
Through email.
Okay.
Our emails are on our website.
Very nice.
And I would say that would be the first reach, and then we will get back in touch and let you know what we have available. Miss Lillian does all of the scheduling for the dog grooming.
Okay.
And so, we'll definitely let you know when we have our first pigeon race.
Oh, please do. Lillian, Wendy, thank you so very much for sharing this part of What's Cool in School with us from Blackman High School. I mean, does it get any cooler than this? Thank you, ladies. We have more coming up. We'll be right back.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
You're seeing the signs too, right?
What signs?
Welcome back to What's Cool in School. Blackman High School is home to the largest JROTC program here in the county. To share more about the successes and what the students are learning here through JROTC, we have Chief Eric Hopper with us. First off, thank you so much for talking with me. We also have Cadet Nicholas Cunningham, a senior here at Blackman High School. Thank you both.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
So tell us about the JROTC program and what all students are learning through this.
So JROTC is a leadership class, is what we stress. It's not the military. You're not joining the military, but the military gives you a lot of, develops the best leaders. Okay. So what we do is we take things from the military, Army values, stuff like that, and use it to teach the cadets about life, and it's basically we're giving them life skills, and we put them in situations where it's all adult driven. It's a very adult essential class too.
Okay, and the skills are tested, so this JROTC program is known nationally here in the U.S.
Yeah, so we're known nationally due to our extracurricular teams. Our Raider teams have been to nationals 2 years in a row, placing 4th and 7th. We did go to drill nationals last year down to Florida for the first time. Our rifle team goes to rifle regionals and nationals every year, and then we had a drone team. We're starting back up this year, but they've won regionals 2 years in a row.
That's incredible. And you're competing with how many other teams?
There's easily 300 other teams, but there's approximately, I think, 2,000 plus programs of JROTC. So essentially, they're competing against all of them.
What is that experience like, Nicholas?
Well, I mean, I'm a member of the Raider team, color guard team, drill team, and I actually had the privilege to go to nationals for Raiders and drill last year. And I would say it's hard because we're working like a lot to get prepared for these things and just to work them all out. But I think it's a lot of fun. And I'd say like it really has developed me as a person, like whether that be discipline with drill or just like strength with Raiders, just kind of it really made me a better athlete, better leader, just better overall person because of the program.
Why did you originally, I guess, sign up to be a part of this program?
Well, I had 2 siblings that were in the program originally. And they made it look a lot of fun, so I joined it as a freshman. I really didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't even do any teams freshman year actually at all. But like just as JROTC, it's like we kind of call it a big family because like it's very like we're all very close knit. Like it's a very big community. So like once you kind of get involved, it's really hard not to get involved in more stuff.
Has this exceeded your expectations?
Very much so, yes.
I love hearing that. And of course, you're hearing a lot of activity behind us. What are students doing right now?
So right now we're doing team bonding. So it's unique because we have 3 classes going on at the same time. We have Let 1, 2, and 3s right now, and sometimes a Let 4 class, which is how many years you've been in JROTC.
Okay.
So a lot of times we will teach them academics one-on-one. It'll be an instructor or teacher with approximately 25 students, and we'll classwork, kind of like you do in a math or whatever. But a lot of times we'll do team bonding, and that is everyone comes together because we call them a company, where we have the leadership. And right now the leaders are actually learning with them, kind of team bonding, who your leaders are coming together as an entire class all at once. So it's like having math 1, 2, and 3, but then you have all math 1, 2, and 3 together learning from each other.
That is incredible. You know, there is something, I feel like you get to do this here in the classroom with the high school students, with the members of this JROTC program. Do you feel like we lose that as we get older and go into our workforce as we're working with teams?
I do. I don't think we develop leaders as much as we should in the classroom. So we teach a lot of life skills. The leadership of, like he's in charge of our S5 section. He's our customs, our public affairs person. So he actually reaches out into the community, talks to community leaders. And then he has 2 cadets below him who he's in charge of. So if we have a Friday night color guard, he is making sure that there's photos taken of them. We have a battalion commander. He's the highest ranking. He's in charge of all 223. So if we have an event coming up like our military ball, he is in charge to make sure everything happens. He's responsible for his peers to make sure they accomplish the goal.
Couple more questions for you, and this one for you, Nicholas. I mean, you're getting ready to head off to college, here in a few months, and then after that, you're really kind of in the real world. How are you going to make sure that you're using all the skills that you picked up here later on in life?
I feel like even like in the workforce, because a lot of people do like to I think now a lot of people do like to slack off in things, and this program especially has like gotten me to a lot of grit and like a lot of being able to kind of stick with things even if I don't necessarily want to do them. So like even in the workforce, I'd be able to, let's say I still got my job, I don't necessarily want to do my job, but because I know it's my responsibility, I'll do it anyway.
What do you hope for each one of your students?
Success, because the way I look to them is I want to be retired, and I want someone who's going to be able to take care of me when I'm retired. So we kind of run this program as it's instructor-fed, cadet-led program. So we will feed all the information to them, and then they will lead it.
How can we follow the successes of your JROTC program here?
To follow us, actually, he is in charge of it. We have an Instagram, Twitter page, Facebook through our SSO. We actually have our own website that we pay for that him and his team are in charge of. They update it routinely, and that's a lot of our success that you can see social media-wise.
Okay. And what do we need to look for on social media to follow this?
BHS_JRTC.
Okay. Fantastic.
On Instagram, we have Twitter. Are we gonna get TikTok?
We may get TikTok. We'll see what happens.
In the works. Is there anything that I haven't asked you want to make sure that they know, those watching this know about the JROTC program at Blackman High School?
For us, big time is you're not joining the military. This is not a military program, and it's also an adult class. We're not bringing in kids who are ill-disciplined. We're bringing in people who want to be treated like adults. That's the big thing, and get involved, because this is a family. We do everything we do together. If we have, like last week, we had a Raider competition, huge success. So we took every cadet took the day off. Because even though they didn't compete, they were still a part of that. So it is that family mentality.
Anything from you?
I would actually agree with that. It's a really big family mentality. And like, you get so many cool opportunities and like so many just ways just to like kind of be with your community. And I really love that. Like, for instance, our color guard goes to North Carolina every year to not compete. Dang it. It lost me. Our color guard goes to North Carolina every year to present the colors at the American Legion World Series.
Wow.
And that's a really big honor that's been given to people, and I really love that.
And the support from the faculty too is our big one. Like, we love the fact, like our boss, Mr. Smith, he supports the program so great that there's no other like it. Like, we couldn't do what we do without the support from our admin.
Incredible. Thank you for introducing us to the JROTC program here. We appreciate it. Thank you both for your time.
Thank you.
Stick with us. We have a little more to go. We'll be right back.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee, and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
Mental health is something that is being addressed around the world with teens and adolescents, and we have one family here that's using their pain to help others, and they have created Jacob Strong 615, and it's based out of Rutherford County. We have Joanne, Steve, and Lane Marsh. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Their son Jacob left Earth at 16 years of age in 2023, and since then you've created Jacob Strong 615.
Yep.
As hard as it is to create something of this magnitude to help others, why do it?
We feel like we have to be a beacon of hope for others and find a way to help other families not go through what we went through.
It's our new purpose.
It is our new purpose.
Yeah.
When Jacob was alive, he was, he and Lane were my purpose. Our family, that was my purpose. So when we lost him, we knew pretty immediately we had to do something.
Yeah.
We had to do something to not only fill that void for us, but to help others not go through what we went through. And that was very difficult, but I mean, it was probably a few weeks after we lost him, we knew we had to do something. And then I had never been around anybody that took their life. And now my eyes are open and it's all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if I was like that, there are other parents that were like that. So that's where we have to just open up our eyes and have dialogue and conversation.
Dialogue and conversation is something that can be hard to have at times, especially
Sure.
if you don't recognize those signs. Again, you've been sharing how lively and what Jacob was like. What were those signs now that you, as you're looking back, that may help another parent or another guardian?
I mean, he would go in his room and be quiet, you know, for hours, and he'd sleep a lot.
Slept a lot.
We feel like, I mean, I slept a lot as a teen, so you don't really think about that. Just his, I remember for his birthday, we were out of town, and he was excited, and he loved music, and he wanted to start mixing music, and so we were looking at buying him some studio stuff, and then all of a sudden it was like, I don't want anything for my birthday.
Disconnected at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, very distant. Quiet. He was not quiet. And there were times where he was, you know,
Yeah.
in hindsight, fighting his own battles. And on the surface, the things that you see, you know, you can't take for granted. A little phrase that we kind of stole was, don't be afraid to invade. So sometimes you have to invade their privacy. You want to give them, you know, maturity. You want to let them grow on their own, but at the same time, you know, in hindsight, I would have absolutely invaded.
Yeah.
After all of these months, as a sibling, what can we do as a sibling? Or how can
There's a
we
lot.
start that conversation?
How to start that conversation. So I think you have to first identify what's going on with your sibling, which is the hardest part to do, which is what we're trying to raise education and awareness about. In hindsight, there were a couple conversations I had with him where he just really didn't know what he wanted to do after high school or move forward, and I don't think he was seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So I think once you can identify that, it needs to be, I mean, kind of you have to invade his privacy a little bit. You need to be very direct and with your sibling and say, you know, I can tell something's wrong with you. What is wrong? And you kind of just need to keep on putting your foot in that door until they finally listen to you.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think that's very well said.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable and you have to be very direct, but it's better than the alternative.
From what you've learned and as you've talked with others, friends are often, you know, that peer group is that support and the people who see, you know, that person more often, you know, than not.
Yeah.
Where do they turn if they think that there might be, or in your minds, you know, if they think their friend may have an issue or something's going on?
Yeah.
How do they best address that, either with that friend, or would you say turn to the parents?
I would say turn to the
I would
parents.
say both.
Both.
And and just address it with that friend. The problem is that they don't want to
Tell on.
tell on them or not keep their trust, or, you know, feel like they're tattling or whatever it is, however you want to word it. But that's a very fine line for, I think, friends, right?
It's a lot for teenagers to endure.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out where they fit in, and now this is a different scenario, and they don't know exactly what to do. And that's where we would like to open up that conversation. Hey, it's okay to make your buddy mad. It's okay to make your friend mad if you're saving his life or her life, you know.
What can be found on the site, Jacob Strong 615, when we get to that site? What is there and available?
So there's a lot of information about kind of what we hope to do, our mission. There are
Warning signs.
warning signs, just statistics, you know, if parents, you know, have concerns and they just want to learn a little bit more about it. And that, I mean, there's a lot of good information on there. There's also a couple links to therapists, just a couple local ones, and there's a link to Psychology Today, I think it's called, where you can find multiple therapists. And one of the things that we're doing with our funding is trying to help families pay for therapy, because it's expensive.
It's expensive, and most
And
insurances
insurance
don't
don't
cover
cover it.
Yeah, and that's something else that we want to address on a bigger scale. Mental health is just as important as physical health.
Yep.
So how is it that you can't insure someone to get the help that they need? So that's another area that we want to tackle at some point, and that's why we offered the help, because when we were going through this, we didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
And then it took us, I worked for a great company, and they set us up with someone, and it took, 5, 6, 7 days, after we started the ball rolling to even find somebody that would see us. So
Yeah.
What is the best way for a parent to fight to get that session with a mental health professional for their child? What is the best way to fight for that child?
I mean, I don't think you give the child the option, because we did give Jacob an option, and he would get to a point where he was like, yeah, you know, I want to go see somebody, talk to somebody, and then he would
sleep on
it and wake up the next day and he'd be really happy, and he'd be like, no, I'm good. And I just think as parents, we probably should have put our foot down.
We should have put our foot down.
And made him go to see someone. But his big hang up was, if I go see a therapist, they're gonna put me on medication. And he, for whatever reason, he didn't want to take Advil, he didn't want to take any medication.
Anything that altered his
he just was
brain.
I don't know what it was, if he'd read things on social media,
Stubborn.
who knows. He was stubborn. But like he, you know, and you don't know what other kids are thinking as far as that goes. So I would say, as a parent, don't give them that option. Just schedule it and take them.
On the financial end of it, though, is for the families, you know, that find themselves in the position that you guys
Reach
are
out
like.
to us.
Okay.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely. That's why we raised the money that we raised, that we don't, you know, we haven't got it all figured out on how to spend and allocate our money, but the goal is to help as many kids as possible.
Yeah.
And if we can just help one get through therapy and help themselves, then we're 100% behind that. We would.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that website is jacobstrong615.org. Again, jacobstrong615.org. Is this open outside of families here in Rutherford County?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We'd love to help anybody that we can. Now, it's a little bit harder logistically because we do have some connections with therapists here, but nobody's without help. Nobody has to do this alone.
As many as we can reach. Yeah.
What do you want everyone to remember about Jacob, those who come through this and who, you know, are blessed to be able to have you and this site available to help
How strong
them?
he was.
Yeah.
Keep fighting. Yep.
And
He was,
goofy.
Yeah.
Super goofy.
Full life. This world is not the same place without him. So we have to try to make it better. And he was a good boy.
My last question for families who are experiencing what you all are experiencing. How can we as friends, as a community, how can we best support those families in this time?
Speak up.
Yeah. Open dialogue.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to ask how someone's doing. Talk about them. We love talking about Jacob.
Yeah.
We tell stories to each other about him all the time. Teachers do. I mean, we love to hear about him. It's hard, but speaking up about it.
Speak up and show up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be there. Be present.
Yep.
You know, a lot of times parents, you know, fall into that trap. They're busy and they're doing the best that they can. Would they change the way that they do things if they saw these signs? If they were to, you know, put themselves in our shoes somewhat, would they change the way they did things? And I can answer for us, we would have. We would have done some things differently for sure. And we thought that we were doing a good job, you know. And I mean, I still think that we did. But the outcome is obviously not what anybody wants.
For the friends that, you know, Jacob did leave behind, how can we support friends in that position?
So 3 of them work for me. So
Wow.
yeah. So they've been working for me for a couple of years now. And
They're involved with our nonprofit.
they
show up to
come
our
and
events.
volunteer.
Yep.
Should parents make sure they're, you know, checking in on those friends, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. We communicate with the parents.
One of his friends' dad, we talk, you know, and if I ever see something that seems out of pocket or unusual, I just text him. And because it may be nothing, but I want him to have the information to be able to talk to his son.
and sibling-wise, would you say the same?
Exactly the same, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob Strong, 615, working to help so many others not be in this position. And also, I mean, I think you guys might have the best hashtag ever. Don't be afraid to invade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jacob,
and it's okay to not be okay. You know, and that's what another part of it is, just making sure that
okay.
we all struggle mentally at some point, and that's okay. And it's okay if you're not having a good day.
There's just a stigma around
A huge
mental
stigma.
health.
And it seems to be more, I'm from Tennessee, but it seems to be more of a southern thing. I feel like some areas of the country have a better understanding or better, grip on mental health. And I think that we need to really push to make sure that everybody sees that that's just as important as your physical health. Yeah.
do you think that we are working our way in that direction?
I do.
Oh,
To make it
absolutely.
important?
Yeah. I think it's getting better.
It's getting better. Even since we started this, you can see there's more, avenues. There's more things for kids and families. So we just want to be part of that. And if we can help in any way, that's what we want to do.
Well, you're definitely opening up that conversation, and for those to be maybe a bit more comfortable in having those conversations and addressing. So Jacob Strong 615, Suicide Prevention Help. The information is right there at your fingertips by going to that website, jacobstrong615.org. I cannot thank Joanne, Steve, and Lane enough for just sharing Jacob with us, and sharing, how you're working to help others. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stick with us. We'll be right back.
It's been a welcoming experience with this area. We wanted to get in Tennessee, and we tried a few other spots, but this one just fit. We've got about 400 to 500 vans right now. We do mainly rentals for vacations and any kind of insurance claims. Our vans are clean, affordable, no deposits, no credit card. We make it as easy as possible for you to rent. Let us take the stress out of your holiday vacation. Rent local, rent McCurry.
What better way to start your morning than with a cup of coffee and your local newspaper? Joni's and the Murfreesboro Post are pleased to present the Murfreesboro Post Roast. This coffee is selectively hand-picked on small family farms, using only the ripest cherries and washing in clean river water before sun-drying on raised beds. The resulting cup is balanced and bright, delivering juicy grapefruit and sweet caramel apple notes. Come on in to either Joni's location and try a cup today.
Hello, I'm Scott Lawless. I'm Assistant Principal and Athletic Director here at Blackman High School. I have been here for 26 years, the entire time we've been open. I've been Athletic Director for the past 18 years. So, and this year in our athletics, we are just very excited. The start we're having to the year, multiple sports excelling, doing well. And traditionally, we compete very well in all of our sports. We figure if we're going to play, why not play to win? But we're continuing to grow and be excited about what's coming. We've just added a new video board at our football stadium. That's created a lot of excitement, and so we're learning how to utilize that to the best of our ability and enhance the experience for our fans and athletes as well. So lots of things going on here at Blackman High School. When we talk about supporting our teams, we also ask, yes, we're going to support within our teams and with our programs, but we also ask our teams to support each other. And so we ask each of our athletic teams to, hey, pick a night, go pick another sport and support them. Maybe one that doesn't get the large fan base on a regular basis. So we have emphasized that the past few years. It's been a tremendous success and well received all the way around.
Our sports segment was brought to you by Sloan's Motorcycle and ATV. Now a word from the principal.
Wow, it is an incredible place. This is my 25th year here at Blackman, and it's an incredible place because of the people that have come before. It has been so well led from the beginning with Dr. Gary Nixon, our first principal, followed by Miss Gilvick, and then Dr. Lisa Justice, who I followed. But it's really made by the people who are here. The teachers, the staff are better than anyone you're ever going to find. are planted in such a great community with great families and great kids, and it makes coming here a special thing every day. Schools thrive on routine, and kids do too. They won't tell you that, but we're just really looking forward to the second part of this semester and continuing our academic work. Our kids do such a great job academically, and with our new schedule this year, we'll end our courses and then start new ones in January. That's a new rhythm for us with our new schedule, but just looking to continue the success that they've already had so far this year.
Blackman High School, thank you so much for having us back out for a second season. You're doing such wonderful things here on your campus. And a sincere thank you to the Marsh family for sharing their son Jacob with us and the Jacob Strong 615 Foundation. If you are battling with a mental health crisis or know someone who is, do reach out to this foundation. You can find all of that information once again at jacobstrong615.org. Please be sure to join us next week for a visit to another incredible high school here in Rutherford County for What's Cool in School.